Here being recorded. So welcome everybody who's here. Welcome to the Reiki Meditation Circle. We're creating an online community here to just come together for an afternoon of connection and healing, for more harmony, wholeness, and joy. So we're going to be holding the space in the circle. I'm Kathy Brook-Wong. Very good to meet you all, make new friends, and see some of my friends who are joining me today. So I'm here with Dean Sluyter, and he's going to introduce himself in a moment, but I'd like to just tell you briefly that I'm a Reiki Master in the Usui Reiki, Tibetan Reiki Ryoho, and the Kundalini Reiki lineages. And I was called to create this Healing Arts Circle right after I completed my mastery, Reiki Mastery, during COVID. Everything was done through Zoom. And the next day I woke up and said, I want to share Reiki in a circle and bring other healers to join me in sharing different modalities and different resources for people to kind of deal with some of the emotions that they have, the extra stresses during COVID and during this time of lots of change in our society, right? So we're feeling the effects of that, and how do we counterbalance that, heal from that, and raise up our energy, to keep our energy high so we can adapt and thrive during this time. Dean, will you please introduce yourself? I know that you've published many books. I have listened to natural meditation and Fearless. I know I've been to your home for silent retreats. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Dean Sluyter. No one can pronounce my name or spell it unless they're Dutch, but that's fine. And yeah, I've been teaching meditation for more decades than I can say anymore without getting embarrassed. But I've taught all over the country. I've taught in Ivy League colleges. I've taught in maximum security prisons, all kinds of situations, which has been very fortunate because it's given me the opportunity to find out what works. I've been very lucky in connecting with teachers from a number of traditions, from Tibetan Buddhist tradition, from Advaita tradition in India, non-dual traditions, and have been able to, through my own practice, just find out, okay, what is really essential? You know, what's just the extra cultural baggage? What's the and what is the stuff that is really, if we strip it down, what is essential to being able to gain? Because everyone knows at this point, unlike when I started doing this stuff a million years ago, I had to explain to everyone that, you know, meditation is not sleeping on a bed of nails or flying around on carpets or something. Now everyone knows, oh yeah, meditation, that's really good for you. I should be doing that. But a lot of people aren't. And the reason is that they think it's hard. And the way it's often taught, it is hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will you, there you go.
You okay?
Yes.
We're good? Okay. So that's why I wrote this book, Natural Meditation, A Guide to Effortless Meditative Practice, just to make the point that meditation is not like pushing a big rock up a mountain. It's like a feather falling out of the sky. So that's how I guide people, and we'll be doing that in a couple of minutes.
Yay, thank you very much. So yes, Dean will be sharing about natural meditation and guiding you through some beautiful experiences. But first I'm going to share a little bit about what Reiki is, because I know Reiki also kind of a word that people hear nowadays a little more than they did maybe 15, 20 years ago, but it still maybe sounds a little mysterious to them. And usually I shared Reiki distantly during these sessions, but today I'm going to be sharing a little bit about self-Reiki. because everyone can be a Reiki practitioner and access the universal energy, loving energy. And so I want you to experience yourself a little bit, get that sense that you can be a healer and you can use that for yourself. So I'm really excited to share this with you. But first, we're going to start with something that is called Gokai, okay? And it's the 5 basic, 5 Reiki principles. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and then have you say it with me in Japanese and English. And you'll just be reciting after me. But so Reiki is, and also I also want to let you know that I've muted everybody just so we can have, you know, nice and peace and quiet. But I will be seeing you and hearing you through just seeing you, okay? But you can say this with me. So basically, Reiki is a way of life. I'll tell you a little more about it in a second. But one way that I make it part of my daily life is to say something called the Gokai, which means the 5 Reiki principles. And these are a fundamental part of Reiki practice. And they were created by the founder, the Reiki Master Mikao Usui, to help improve our lives. So all Reiki masters are taught this chant during our Reiki training. And I usually say it a couple times a day, and it helps me just ground me and keep me real, keep me in my essence, because there's times where I go to a little fear or I go to stress or worry about something, but this grounds me, keeps me into gratitude and love and kindness. Okay, and so I'm going to share my screen right now and show you the Gokai. And here we go. And I'm going to find it. All right. So I should be sharing my screen right now. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So I love this because it starts with just for today. We're not making these big dreams like I'm going to always be like that. But just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will be grateful. And just for today, I'll do my work honestly with integrity. And just for today, I would be kind to every living creature. So we're going to be saying Gokai. And when we say that, just, you know, let that sink in. All right. And how does that feel? And if you're interested in this, you could look up Gokai on the internet to get a copy. I could send you this. And so when I say this, I like to put my hands together in prayer position. So you may do that if you feel comfortable. And I put it near my heart center. When I say this, I usually put it here, but you can put your hands in your lap or, you know, just hold them comfortably in your lap. So, and I'm going to also say the Japanese first. Go through the whole thing in Japanese. You can do your best to follow me, and then we'll say it in English. Okay, does that sound good? So we can take a deeper breath in and let it out. And we'll take another deep breath. I'll let it out. So here we go. I karuna. Repeat after me.
I karuna.
Shinpai suna.
Shinpai suna.
Kansha shite.
Kansha shite.
Yo o hagame.
Yo o hagame.
Hito ni shinsetsu ni.
Hito ni shinsetsu ni.
And I usually say that 3 times, but we'll say that just once this time. And please repeat after me in English and really breathe in the feeling of each one as you say it. So breathe in. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry.
Just for today, I will not
worry. Just for today, I will be grateful.
Just for today, I will be grateful.
Just for today, I will do my work with honesty and integrity.
Just for today, I will do my work with honesty.
And just for today, I will be kind to every living creature.
Just for today, I will be kind to every living creature.
That was beautiful. For me, that grounds me, brings me to great gratefulness and kindness. Thank you. Thank you for saying that with me. Wonderful. So right now, I'm trying to find where you are on my computer. Okay, now stop sharing this. So give me a second here.
Zoom, home, back to meeting.
Zoom mysteries, the mysteries of Zoom and computerism. Okay, so there you go. So so for next about 5 or 8 minutes, we're going to experience a little bit of Reiki healing energy, and how Reiki is explained is it's a universal life force energy, and Reiki is a healing method that was created by a Buddhist monk called Mikao Usui. And we often think of it as a hands-on healing technique where the practitioner transfers this universal energy into their palms, into another object. And the practitioner channels this life force energy and lets it flow through them to other people. And so as a Reiki practitioner, I can offer that as a healing method to help people find more peace, to release negative energy. But it's something that is for everyone. So everyone is able to access this. Now, another way to say about Reiki is it's a vibration. It's a frequency that permeates all things in the universe. So it's kind of like the Force in the Star Wars. May the Force be with you. And so it's a harmonic frequency. And this can wash away energies that aren't healthy for you. And it can restore balance and harmony inside our bodies, physically and emotionally and spiritually. And but it is accessible to everyone, and so everyone is and can be a practitioner. In other words, they can learn to channel or flow this energy, allowing it to kind of tune us. Like if you could tune yourself into a radio station, okay, you're tuning yourself into this Reiki universal loving energy to wash away this static energy and ultimately help our bodies heal the way they're meant to be. So today we're gonna go through a quick experience of this, and intention is really big, really important in Reiki, and our intention today is going to be gratitude. So usually, many times, my intention is sharing joy, or harmony, or wholeness, or returning. I share the intention for the person that I share Reiki for. Sometimes I intending them to return to their pure essence. Life, a lot of things happen in life, and we kind of lose that sense of our pureness, our essence that we came here to come to Earth with. So what you're going to be doing we're going to be focusing on the feeling of gratitude. Okay, as a foundation of understanding what Reiki energy is. Because we just chanted, just for today, I will not anger, I will not worry, I will be in gratitude. So, what I'd like you to do is, you can hold your hands out in front of you. I hold my hands out together in a prayer position with a little space in between in my heart center, but you could hold like you would hold a precious little baby, like a puppy or something, or a precious child in your arms, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'd like you to take a deep breath in and a breath out. And you'll be holding your arms and hands in front of you, and breathe in. And you can breathe out, and you can breathe any way you like in a relaxed position right now. And as you're holding your hands in front of you, I want you to focus on the surface, the energy in your palms. And call to mind someone that you're grateful for. Think about who you're grateful for, who's been very kind to you, very generous. You appreciate that person so much, and hold the spirit of that person, the essence of that person in your hands. And just reflect upon this person. Imagine you're holding the essence of the person in your hands. So as you focus on this person, imagine you're holding their essence there with you right here. You're bringing them to you. Just focus on the things they've done for you, and you may feel like a little slight tingle in your hands. You may feel them warming up a little bit, and that's sort of what the Reiki energy feels like. And so as you do this, envision that there's some universal energy, something from the universe that's coming through you, something that's healing as you're thinking about this person. And imagine that this energy is entering through your head, through the crown of your head, washing down the back of your neck and on your shoulders and on your upper arms and your forearms and throughout your hands. So again, you may feel that tingling energy, and imagine this energy is moving through your hands and swirling through your body and through your feet. Okay, envision your hands being able to harmonize everything that they touch. Okay, good. So I'd like you to put your minor buzzing and tingling. You may not be feeling anything, or you may feel a buzzing, tingling, liveliness, just vitality in your hands. Mine are just buzzing like crazy, but everyone experiences different. Now, please put your hands on your face, on the side of your face. And as you hold your hands there, I'd like you to feel the warmth on the side of your face, entering through your hands, a kind of calm, restorative energy that's flowing through you. And if you like, you could put it over your eyes or put it on your head. Now, I want you to just place your hands someplace where they're drawn to be, on your heart center, or keep them on your temples or wherever, and just, or on the back of your neck, wherever. And just let's take one moment to feel in. For me, I feel like there's an electric blanket that I've just put over my heart. You may feel that a feeling of comfort and energy and warmth, like an electric blanket or a warm hug. Okay. So you may keep your hands there for a while as I soon turn over the mic to Dean. You can stay with that. I'd love to hear after this session how that feels for you, how that felt in your hands, what sensations did you feel, how does that feel in your body? And I'd like to just say thank you for taking a moment to experience this with me. And as the next Reiki sessions come, Reiki Healing Art Circles continue, I'll be sharing little tidbits about self-Reiki, about some symbols and hand positions. But I hope that was a really beautiful experience for you, and you may stay in some quiet for a moment. And Dean, thank you for sharing. It's all yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kathy. Well, that was lovely.
Thank you.
So what I would, the most important thing I'm going to invite you to do today is whatever ideas you might have about meditation, whether coming from meditation you've done before, whether meditating with other people or out of books or even meditating with me, um, or if you've never meditated before, find any ideas you have about what is supposed to happen or what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to breathe. Whatever ideas you have, let's just say we like put those in a, wrap those up in a big package and we put them out on the doorstep. Okay? So we just starting with a completely clean slate. Because what we're going to be doing today is really simpler and easier than pretty much anything you can imagine. So what I'd like you to do is just sit comfortably, sit up comfortably, and let's shake our hands out so they're nice and loose, kind of like rubber. And then just plop them down either on your lap or on your knees, whatever's comfortable. And during the session, at any point, if your position becomes uncomfortable, then shift it. You know, if you're sitting there for 15 minutes going, oh no, my knee hurts, oh no, my nose itches and I can't do anything about it because this is meditation, and if I move a muscle, the meditation police will take me away or something, that defeats the whole purpose. Okay? So be sitting comfortably, some way that you can sit, yeah, good, just good, 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 good. And let's, how should we start today? Because we have different kinds of on-ramps that we use to start. Let's start with, we've all heard about mantras. Here's my favorite mantra, okay? This is the natural mantra that people say in every country, every language. You've said this thousands of times in your life, probably without thinking of it as a mantra. And the mantra is, ah. You know, so the sound of everything's fine, the sound of just letting everything go, the sound of whatever, the sound of school is out for summer, the sound of thank God it's Friday, whatever. Okay, so let's just take a nice slow deep breath, really feel yourself filling up with air and go, ah. That's all the way down to your toes. And next, let's do it again. And this time, as you're breathing in, pull your shoulders up toward your ears. And then drop your shoulders as you go, ah. And now this time, let's close our eyes and do the same. Ah. Okay, great. So that was the hard part. That was the complicated part. Now we get to the simple, easy part, which is just leaving everything as it is. The body's already resting in the seat. In fact, notice how the seat is holding all of your weight. So there's no work involved in sitting. You can completely give up your weight to the bed or the chair, the floor, whatever you're sitting on. Breathing goes on all by itself. We're not trying to breathe any special way now. So that takes care of itself. The senses function all by themselves. So you hear sounds, you hear this voice, you hear maybe cars driving past. Maybe kids playing down the street. And notice how that hearing doesn't involve any work. Just like breathing, just like sitting. Sounds just come and go. Seeing also might happen, even with the eyes closed. some sense of color and light coming and going. Physical sensations may come and go. And all the comings and goings happen by themselves. We're completely unemployed here. Just resting in the middle of it all. So I'm actually not giving you anything to do. I'm just pointing out the way things already are. We're just resting in the situation as it is. Regular, ordinary, everyday awareness. Not trying to meditate, not trying to concentrate, not trying to be mindful, not trying to do anything. Just hanging out in the situation as it is. Of course, thoughts also come and go. Feelings may come and go. And notice that that also happens all by itself. Nothing for us to do about that. The thoughts come and go and the feelings come and go, just like sounds or colors or sensations. It's perfect. We're just resting in the middle of it all. Letting what comes come. Letting what goes go. Just resting in the middle of it all. And as the thoughts, and sounds, and everything else come and go, it's sort of like different breezes coming and going in the sky. In this case, the sky is our own awareness. So you can notice that your awareness is like sky. It's like wide open space. And in fact, it's the only thing that doesn't come and go. It's just the aware space within which all the comings and goings happen. So again, we're not doing anything. We're just noticing how things already are, always already are. Just resting in the situation as it is. Resting in this naturally wide open, sky-like, space-like, ordinary awareness. And just as the sky has room for every kind of breeze, the sky doesn't play favorites. The sky doesn't care whether it's a gentle breeze from the east or a tornado from the west. The sky is just openness that welcomes it all. Because nothing hurts the sky. Even a tornado can't dent the sky. So we can notice that in the same way, nothing that passes through our awareness, no thought, no sensation, no feeling, can hurt awareness or improve awareness. Because awareness is just like open space. Everything passes through it frictionlessly. We might notice that this awareness we're resting in, because it's like open space, it has no color. We might be aware of colors passing through it, but it has no color. It's like the empty screen that the colors would appear on. Different sounds can pass through this space-like awareness, but it's silent. It has no sound. Even if we're in a noisy place, this silence is always right here. It's where we experience the sounds. It has no size or shape, no texture. No anything. Just naturally open, free, aware space. And we never have to go looking for it. It's always right here. It's where all our experiences have been happening all along. Just maybe we never noticed before. So nothing to do but rest in this wide open awareness, just as it is. Okay, now keep the eyes closed and take a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, to start gently bringing the body back to a more active state. You can wiggle the fingers or toes. Maybe shift your position around a bit in the seat. It's kind of like waking up from a nap. You might feel like stretching your limbs or rubbing your hands or your face a little. Get the blood going again. And then when you feel ready, when the body feels ready, you can slowly open the eyes. Take your time. Okay, how's everybody doing? Good? Good? See some thumbs up, some smiling faces. Good. Um, Kathy, do you have it set so people can unmute themselves? Or are you okay?
Yeah, they should be able to unmute themselves.
Okay, good. So I'd like to just check in with people with any questions that they might have. The main thing first from my side, my one question to everyone is, did you get the simplicity of what we're doing? Yeah.
Yes.
Even the word doing is kind of too much because what did we do? We did a little something at the beginning with our breath, and after that we noticed, oh yeah, I'm aware. All the stuff comes and goes. I'm just resting in the awareness as it is. Notice we didn't try to concentrate. We did not try to control the mind. All those things that people usually associate with meditation, we exactly did not do any of that, right? Because all those things that people usually define as meditation is why you always hear, oh, meditation is so hard. Because people are trying to create a non-agitated state of mind. Now, the tricky part is any effort to create a non-agitated state of mind is a form of agitation, right? Right? That's the catch-22 of meditation. Any effort to create a non-agitated state of mind is itself a form of agitation, right? And this is what people run into when they try to meditate. So that's, why I was so fortunate way back a long time ago to find teachers who showed, well, here's how to do it without effort, how to just allow, just as the feather, inevitably, if a feather falls out of the sky, sooner or later, gravity's going to pull it to the ground. Now, the gravity of the mind is the mind's natural, every moment seeking of happiness, fulfillment, peace, serenity. Every moment, every choice that we make. Do you want the whatever? Do you want the impossible burger? Do you want the noodle salad? Whatever. What we want is that feeling of and everything else is just a means to that end. Because we're built that way. We're built to be attracted to that So, but it turns out that the that we're chasing all the time or the ahs that we chase all the time are dependent on outer circumstances. It turns out there's one that doesn't depend on anything. It's the one in here. So what we're doing is just by just hanging out, resting in the awareness that's already there, we allow that gravity to take over and we settle naturally within. This is one of the reasons I love working with prisoners, because they know everything in the outside of their life is going to suck no matter what. They've pretty much given up hope of finding in their outer world. So, they're very much motivated to just go with that. Okay, so anyone have questions about any of this or anything to? Yeah, Eva.
Do you have any? So I've been doing some, loving kindness meditations and some stuff on mindfulness, like beginner's meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any meditations like that you just did that we can listen to online? Or
yes, yeah. If you go to my website, my website is deanslyter.com, but Sluyter's really hard to spell, so you can also get. Whoops! Oh, there it is. Yeah, deanslyter.com. There you go. I knew, right, you can email me at dean@deanslyter.com. Thank you, Kathy. And Kathy, if you put me back on again, I'll show you the other way to get to the exact same place. Is if you didn't get that Dean Sluyter, just go to deanwords.com. You all can remember that probably. deanwords.com, and that'll also take you to my site. And on my website, you'll find a link that says right on the homepage, meditate now, and that'll take you to guided meditation tracks. There's a lot of resources there. Also, you'll find links to my YouTube channel where I have a bunch of sessions. So I do Zoom sessions since quarantine started. I've been doing Zoom sessions every Tuesday and Thursday. They're open to everyone. We do a somewhat longer meditation. We have discussion. The discussions are fun. They're always different. So there's a page about that. You can get on my mailing list, so you'll receive the Zoom links and the invitation every week. There's chapters from my books. By the way, I will mention that one of my latest book, Fear Less. This one seems to be kind of in tune with the times.
that's great. Yeah.
Fear Less: Living Beyond Fear, Anxiety, Anger, and Addiction. There was that wonderful prayer or mantra that Kathy led us in at the beginning, and this idea that I'm not going to be angry, I'm not going to be whatever, and it's such a beautiful aspiration. The problem becomes what happens if we have that lovely aspiration, but we're feeling fear, we feel anger, let's say, bubbling up anyway. And then the mistake, I would say, that people often have is, well, they know it's not cool. It feels icky. It's not spiritual, whatever, to be caught up in fear and anger. So they try to push it down. But that doesn't work. It just, when you push it down, it goes somewhere, right? So what you may have noticed that when we settle into this meditation, the more clearly, the more depth and more clarity with which we settle into just our own awareness, the nature of our own awareness, which is like open space. In open, what's the old thing? In space, no one can hear you scream. In the open space of awareness, there's no reason to scream. There is no anger there. There is nothing there. As my old teacher Maharishi Mahesh Yogi said, it's just nothing. But there's something very good about it, right? So more and more we marinate in this, and more in meditation. And the best thing to do, if you really want to find out what this stuff can do for you, is do it every day. It doesn't have to be for a long time, something 10, 15 minutes. Don't worry about the time. Throw the watch away and just sit for a little while every day. It's best to set it up same time every day, like brushing your teeth, just so you always get to it. And especially at the beginning, you may want to use, the guidance, the audio tracks on my site. And then more and more, like riding a bike, you just, oh yeah, it's so simple. And then if you start doing it regularly, ideally every day, more and more you find out it's like, if you take a dry sponge and you throw it into a bucket of water, it comes out wet. So we marinate for a little while in this place of just, and we come back into activity, and we don't, neurophysiologically, there's whole explanations for what's going on there. The parasympathetic nervous system is getting activated. The sympathetic nervous system is getting deactivated. The brain waves change, all of that. But what it comes down to is we're marinating in that place. And more we come out with that. And more we operate from that. So and you've all probably met people who just seem naturally like that, or you see someone like the Dalai Lama, and you go, boy, it would be nice to be like that, and it's nice for everyone who gets to be around someone like that. And so the good news is everyone can be like that. Those people got to be that way by doing some practice. Most of them. There are some people who are naturals, but most of us are not that lucky to be just born that way naturally. Okay, other questions? Anyone else with a question or an observation about?
Dean, will you say something about sleep? I found myself drifting off into sleep. Good thing, bad thing? What's your opinion?
Yes, drifting off into sleep in meditation, that's a great thing. I love falling asleep in meditation. Speaking of the Dalai Lama has been quoted as saying, sleep is the best form of meditation. And thank you, Doug, for bringing that up, because that's another one of these conceptions that people have that, if you fall asleep in meditation, the meditation police will take you away and you're a bad meditator. And that's true in unnatural meditation, which is, probably what most people do. This is, once again, natural meditation. If sleep comes, it's because you're getting, in natural meditation, you get what you naturally need. It means you needed some sleep. Now, what I experience, and I find other people do, is that the sleep that comes in meditation, because it's launched from this deep level of ease, there's something very healing about it. So never fight it. It's just great. It's a gift. When we're not in quarantine, I travel a lot. I'm on airplanes a lot, going to different parts of the country doing workshops. I don't like that word workshop, but anyway, whatever those are. And so, I get jet lagged, and boy, if I, can just sit back in my seat on the plane and meditate and fall asleep for a few minutes, it's the best. Then it's like I'm fine. Good. What else?
Getting into what Doug just said, I have really massive sleep issues.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recommend a meditation like that to help with sleep?
There's specific things you can do, specific meditations for sleep, which actually both of these last two books, each one have a chapter on specific meditation approaches for sleep. So okay. I'd take a look at that.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Good. What else? Yeah, Kathy.
Favorite things I learned from you is the wee. Can we please do a little wee?
Sure. Yes. So here's my other favorite mantra. Okay, and there's a backstory to this one. I was actually coming home from a meditation retreat in Texas with my friend Jody, and it was a time of kind of emotional turmoil for me. I was between marriages and I was having some woman issues and so forth. So I was very fachatted, as they say in Tibetan. And so my friend Jody told me, Dean, just remember this. You can never have a bad time as long as you say, wee! Okay? So ready, everyone? And notice you have to, in this case, we have not only the mantra, we also have the mudra, the hand gesture, which is you have to throw your arms out in a gesture of wild abandon. If you don't feel completely stupid, then you haven't done it wildly enough. Okay? Feeling completely stupid is very important here. So ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whee! Very good. Very good. Let's go even crazier. 1, 2, 3. Whee! Yeah. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Whee! Okay, now quick, try to be depressed. You can't do it.
Wee!
You cannot do it. You cannot do
Call the wagon.
Wee!
it. Good. Yeah. Yeah, and I have a lot of stuff in my books about like that one is really good for cutting through specifically through depression. And of course, if you're really depressed, and I've dealt with depression, there's a lot of it running through my family. So I've had to, I haven't always been the bubbly guy you're seeing here. So I can tell you the stuff works. So so if you're depressed, the last thing in the world you're going to want to do is say we. You're going to think that just sounds like the stupidest, right? So just tie yourself to the mast and do it, right? Hopefully, or maybe we're on the buddy system. You get someone else to say, "Okay, come on, Madge, you got to do it. You have no choice." Yeah, Madge, you had a question?
Well, it's not really a question.
Mhm.
I feel shy to talk, but I appreciate what you said about trying so hard.
Yeah, or
And
trying at all.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. And I have found that to be a roadblock. Am I getting it? Am I getting anything?
Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
not
Exactly.
doing it right. I've got to try harder.
Yeah. Guess what? You and everybody else.
Okay, good.
And
I
that's
don't
that's
have
yeah,
anybody to talk to about it.
right.
Oh my
I'm your guy. I'm your guy, Madge.
God. Okay.
In fact, you remember that film A League of Their Own with Tom Hanks and
Oh,
Madonna, I think, right? And the great line from that is there's no crying in baseball,
mhm.
right? So you notice on the back of this book, here's my line. There's no trying in meditation.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And when I meet people and they say, "What do you do?" I say, "Well, I teach meditation." And then they go, "I tried to meditate, but," and after the but I stop listening. It doesn't matter what they say next. That usually it's, "Oh, I tried to meditate, but it was so hard." And I'll go, "No. You tried to meditate and therefore it was hard."
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, just come to the website. Use the audio tracks. I hope I mentioned that's all free, accessible to everyone. And after a couple of sessions or right away, you'll get the effortlessness of it, and you'll go, "Oh, why did I ever fall into effort with this stuff? If this makes so much more sense." Yeah, 32690 has her hand up.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. It's Michelle. Hey, Kathy.
Hi,
Hello. Yes, thank you, Dean. I just wanted to make actually a good comment
Hmm.
that it was really, I'm also a Reiki practitioner.
Hmm.
And I just want to say that how important it is that when you are doing like even the self, it's different when you're doing the self practice and you're working on someone else, but there is something about working on yourself, doing that daily self-care without being able to clear the mind. And that the meditation that you just did, how important that is, because, if you're doing the hand positions, and you can feel the energy, whether you're attuned to it or not, like
Hmm.
Kathy said, anybody, anyone can do it. But my goodness, if you're able to clear your mind like that and think nothing at all, and just be able, then you can really feel the energy flow through when you're going up
Yeah.
all the energy. So it's just an extremely deep connection and a very spiritual connection that you can have if you're
Right.
able to stay clear like that. So I'm really appreciative
Yeah.
of you doing the meditation with this.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I want to just slightly tweak some of the language that you used because
Mm-hmm.
just two phrases that I never use when I'm teaching. But I know what you mean, but I also know how people hear stuff. So if you
Yes.
say clear your mind, or what was the other one? In any case, so you
Just
see, this
quiet,
is,
yeah.
and this has been my whole life, has been trying to make the language bulletproof. Because if you say clear your mind, oh, and don't have any thoughts, then people start trying to clear away the thoughts, right? But I know what you were describing, which is naturally sinking into the place which is the silence that's beneath the thoughts. You know,
Yes.
it's like up on the mind is like an ocean. Up on the surface, all these waves of thinking going on. And what we're doing, so people think, oh, I have to silence the mind. I've got to flatten out all these waves. It's so much work. What we do is we allow, as I said before, gravity to pull us down. You know, if you've ever been in the ocean, you find out 2 or 3 feet below the surface, it's always quiet. Even when even when the noise, even when the waves are up there someplace, doesn't matter. This silence is always here. And the more that you're functioning from that place of silence, even coexisting with the noise, the better your healing works, the better your, in my case, I'm a writer. I find my writing gets better. My son was a championship fencer, and he wasn't interested in meditation at all. He just thought his parents were a couple of, you know, old crazy hippies or something. But he discovered that if he meditated before his fencing tournaments, he scored better. So he just started meditating on the bus on the way to every tournament.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Very
So
nice.
I think it's time for us to wrap up, Kathy.
Yes, yes. Before we end, I'm gonna, let's see, hold on. So I'm going to share a little bit about how you can get a hold of Dean if you have other questions, how to get a hold of me. And then I'd like to tell you about the next Reiki Circle next time I'm really excited about, Reiki and Healing Arts Circle. And then I know we're going to end around 4 o'clock, but if anybody would like to stay on for another 15 or 20 minutes, and Michelle, I know you're a Reiki practitioner, if you'd like to join me in this, I'd like to offer a distance Reiki session, a healing session for about 15 minutes. So if you need to leave at 4, I understand, that's fine. I just would love to share a little distance Reiki after our beautiful meditation with Dean. And again, that'll last about 15 or 20 minutes. And so I'll be playing some music. You can close your eyes and just be, you can fall asleep. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. Michelle, are you able to stay on a little to share Reiki with me?
Yes. Yeah, that would be
Okay.
great. Sure.
That would be, and I know Arjang is also a practitioner, so yeah, that'd be, well, I'll just hug you in a big loving bath, everybody, with the Reiki. So, so I'm going to share this slide again, and so Dean already told you about his website, and here's his email address if you want to jot that down. Let's see, make it more, here we go. And oops. Okay, and also I know some people here new to me, and if you'd like to reach out a little bit to find out more about Reiki, I'm also a hospice and grief angel. I love essential oils. I make Reiki infused candles. They're all delicious and fun. We don't eat them, but they're delicious in how they make us feel and the glow and the smell. And so you can look me up on my website. Oops. And then also today was a gift to everyone, was free, but if you'd like to make a love offering and to kind of spread abundance and flow abundance, you can make a love offering to my Venmo account. Okay, so I'll take another moment to show you that. All right, and I'd like to invite you for next week, in 2 weeks, on the 12th of July. A good friend of mine will be joining me as the special guest healer, and he's going to be, his name is Bob Estrada, and he's a prayer practitioner with the Center for Spiritual Living here in Irvine, and he's going to be talking about the power of thought and about affirmative prayer. It's kind of, we call it affirmative prayer treatment, and there's various steps to declare, to unify with universal life force energy to declare what we want to bring into us, if it's peace or love or joy or abundance. It's being in gratitude, getting back to the idea of gratitude, and then it's just releasing it. So we don't hold on to that. We just let our prayer go, knowing it's on its way. So I'm very excited about that on the 12th. And so Dean, is there like a closing little something we can enjoy? And then again, if anybody would like to stay on for about 15 or 20 minutes, you're welcome to receive some distant healing. So thank you very much. And Dean, go ahead.
Good. So yeah, in the traditions that I'm connected with, it's just considered a nice thing to do at the end of any practice session, to have the idea of sharing whatever you've received with everyone, right? Just think, or you know what? Let's put it this way: what could be the highest wish that you could have? You know, I mean, you know, we can think of easy, obvious wishes like, oh, I'd like to win the lottery. But, you know, a lot of people win the lottery and then you read the stories how their lives wind up a mess or whatever. Okay, well, I'd love then to have win the lottery and have good health and have, you know, be happy. And then winds up all that stuff as a means to an end, which is to be happy. So, okay, I want to be happy. But then if just I'm happy and everyone else is not so much, then, you know, what good is that? So what's considered kind of the highest prayer, the highest aspiration, the highest request is, may all beings be happy. And of course, we want the deepest happiness, that inner awe, that inner boundlessness that we dipped into in meditation. May all beings realize that all the time, be walking around in that all the time. What's called Enlightenment Awakening. May all beings be walking around in the ultimate happiness of enlightenment all the time. And then, as a result, perhaps peace would prevail everywhere. Because if you got a bunch of happy, sentient beings, they're not going to be in conflict. They're not going to be in conflict. So may that happen. May all beings, may all sentient beings everywhere, near and far, in this world and all possible worlds, realize the one true happiness worthy of the word. The happiness beyond time and space, beyond cause and effect, beyond beginning, middle, and end. And thus may peace prevail everywhere. And the traditional Sanskrit language for that wish, some of you may know this. If so, you can feel free to sing it along with me. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Dean. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing your lovely natural meditation energy and being here today. Thank you all for joining us in our sacred Zoom circle. Say yay. You're welcome to unmute yourself if you'd like to say a few words, anybody. Of thanks to our guest healer, Dean. Yay, thank you, Dean.
Dean, thank you so much. I'm really
Thank
glad
you.
that I met you, and I'm going to be continuing to follow you.
Good. Yes. So yeah, I hope to
Okay.
see some of these faces in the little Hollywood squares here in future. And Kathy, thank you so much for inviting me to do this today. It's been really lovely.
Oh, yay. It's definitely my pleasure.
Chance to meet all these lovely people that your energy has attracted.
Yay. Yeah, and any of my friends, if you want to text me or email me for Dean's, email address to get on his
Yeah, I want to
list,
website.
I'd be happy to share for sure.
To join your meditation circles. You'll see me.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good. Okay. See ya. I gotta go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Hey!
Anybody else are you staying on for some distance Reiki energy?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So if you're leaving, goodbye. I love you. Thank you so much for joining. If you're staying, let me explain a little bit what we'll be doing. Yeah, thank you, Denise. How many people have experienced receiving Reiki, like a Reiki treatment or anything?
Can you say that again? I broke up.
Oh, and
the audio broke up for me.
Stop sharing right now. I'm going to stop sharing. So I was recording. We don't need to record this anymore. This is